Oh, yeah. It's good quality Sprite right there, boys and girls. What's going on? Happy Thursday. We are back in the mix. What is going on, dude? We are in here. We got a good show for you tonight. We got some good things to talk about. We'll have Tim and Will coming in here very shortly. And yeah, man, we've got some cool airplanes to talk about. And we also got some not so cool airplanes that just came out. And, you know, we're going to talk about it. So what is going on there, Tim?
Not much. How y'all doing tonight?
Man, Tim, you look different, dude. Did you shave? You look a little clean right there. Got the hair all gelled up.
I shaved for once, yeah.
What is this, Tim 2.0? I don't understand. I like this, Tim.
Well, you know, you keep on having me on. I figured I better start looking the part.
I mean, hey, I appreciate that. That Tim right there looks official. That looks like jet flyer Tim right there. Like that looks like a Tim that's got some disposable income right there. That's what I'm seeing right there.
Taking after you, Bobby. Taking after you.
No way, man.
Trying to catch up to Bobby and his turbine.
No,
quest, or
look,
I don't
dude,
know what you call it, but
look, man, these turbines are there. I'm having to pump the brakes. I've got two of them in the garage right now that need to be flown. I just finished the L39 videos, so all those are good. The HSD Jets L39 video, and I just did one with smoke. And I probably will show it to you guys tonight. Just give you a little sneak peek of that one. But man, let me tell you, I have been very, very impressed, dude, with the turbines. But my heart stays with these little guys right here. I love the EDFs. You know, you can't beat them. They've got a certain place, you know, special to me. So no matter how much turbine action I get, I will always have an EDF to review for you guys and everything like that. So without further ado, happy freaking Thursday, everybody. You made it, Tim. Happy Thursday. Dude, we got one more day, and then we're into the weekend. What's the weekend looking like for you, man, flying-wise?
I didn't even check the weather. So usually our weather's about the same as yours because we're only a couple hours away from each other. But
that's true.
I haven't looked. I'm planning on trying to get the MB339 is done. I'm just waiting on the King Tech 102 to show up so that I can balance that thing and get her in the air. But who knows when that's showing up. And
you see, guys,
more birds this weekend too.
You hear this? Tim's over there already got another turbine jet right there that he's working on. And he's over there talking about trying to be like me. No, I'm trying to be like Tim over here. This guy.
Bobby, I'm still not caught up to you. I'm only 3 turbine. Well, technically 2.5 right now because the other turbine isn't here yet. So 2.5 turbines in. And how many are you at now? 5, 6?
Yeah, maybe. Hey, it's not how you run the race. It's how you finish it, dude. I'm telling you. But
well,
hey,
the only thing I can tell you is don't get on the phone with Dan Landis from Boomerang Jets because that boy's trying to get me to get the bigger Atom.
Hey, big shout out to Dan Landis, dude. What a wonderful guy. Great dude. Just a solid guy. We had him on a show, a couple of shows back. Dropped some really good information, gave us some really good viewpoints on, you know, just Boomerang Jets, man. Just another good quality company out there that has a really good face and good people behind it. So, yeah, Bentley says that 102 is so sick in his MB339. So that's awesome.
Yeah, Bentley's the reason I'm getting one because he contacted me and told me get the 102. He had I guess he's on his second one. He sold his first one, had an 80 Schwinn in it, and then he went to the 102.
Nice.
5, I believe, and he said it's pretty impressive. So,
well,
that's how I'm going.
I tell you, man, I know I'd love to have one too, to be honest with you, because I just like the jets that are easy to fly. You know, like in my turbines, I want something easy to fly, nothing that's going to stress me out because it's stressful enough as it is. But hey, guys, by the way, let's see here, Mountain RC. By the way, you left last show before you even saw. I gave you an official shout out, man. I gave your channel the YouTube spotlight of that last week. So now that you're in here, I was going to shoot that to you again. But guys, make sure you check out Mountain RC if you haven't already. I gave him a big shout out on the show last time. He's got good content. I like where he's going with it. And he's growing his channel. So check him out, like and subscribe to his channel as well. You know, I'm going to start having these channels that actually, you know, are doing really good things, got good content, and just are, you know, just good, decent people, man. I'm going to start promoting those guys because, you know, those are the ones that we really need to look at, focus on, because they're just regular people like us, you know, just out there trying to fly, have fun, grind away, and just giving you the real. So, Not overly glossy or nothing like that, but just good quality stuff. So there you go, guys. You got the link right there. YouTube, if you go on YouTube, go on Mountain RC, and that's mountainr.c. And yeah, check them out. So there you go. Big shout out for you, buddy. We got Stars and Stripes in the room. What's going on there? Good to have you in there. So yeah, RC Pilot Will's in there. So he says, hey, y'all, he's running late, but he's going to be into the party. I was hoping Will was going to be here because I had to tell you. Did you see the video of his F-22 flying?
So when you getting one by?
Let me tell you, dude.
Is it already ordered?
It's not yet, but it's going to be. But I got to tell you, the Aerofoam, the AF models, big 105 F-22 Raptor is amazing, man. I'm really impressed with it. And it looks like it's a great flyer. And he even told me he was going to let me get on the sticks on it. So it's awesome. It's awesome looking. So, yeah, I want to get on there and check his out. But you know what? I was waiting for Will to get here. I don't know how long he's going to be on the road. But if he gets here in a decent amount of time, I'll try to get him in the mix. So let's see here. But you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to show you guys.
I like it. Let's just see it.
Yeah, let's just watch the video.
He's late. Let's just do it. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and cue that bad boy up because you guys need to see that thing, man. And it's very interesting because watching it rotate and everything, it did really, really well. And this was off of grass. You know, Will and I were talking. We hadn't seen any videos of the F-22 actually grass hopsing it up. So, and
the only
so we
one
wanted
I saw was at Joe Nall, and he flew that off grass, but that was a turbine version.
Yep. So you saw the turbine version, but yeah, man. Let's check it out real quick. We got Will up in here. Let's see here. Bentley says the first takeoff was sketchy at the end. It was sketchy at the beginning. The first one was, but there was reasons why. So we're going to talk about that too. So maybe you guys that are out there thinking about getting one of these birds, we can kind of explain to you what was going on. So without further ado,
I think I would have aborted that takeoff, but
man, hey, you know the way our field is.
I was like,
yeah. The way our field is, dude, there is no aborting. You've either got to be all about it or not. The good news is, if you get to the end of our field, drop offs and divots, it's gonna go. So this is Will's F-22 right there.
Very nice.
And it was a cloudy day, but it was a good day. So got him right there. All right, so
super scaled out. It is massive in size, guys.
Got some videos of that one on right there.
And
you can kind of see it's a good size right there.
This is the L-39, and this is the F-22, and it's a massive size.
It's a massive size.
I mean,
yeah.
You look small sitting next to it.
I mean, it's a really big bird, man. I was surprised how big it was, actually.
On the ground.
But it's a really nice bird, man.
Right there, really nice looking airplane. Nice setup. We were running 6,000 HRBs in there. HRBs are really good batteries. Had no problems with them whatsoever. Those are ones that I trust. Really, I like the HRBs. Dude, I'm telling you, we flew this thing on SMCs for the second flight, and there was a massive difference. And then he's got his batteries up front. Very clean setup right there. Very easy to get to everything. So very nice to see. So we're going to skip around on this thing.
Man. Moment of truth.
Look at that. It rolls very easily on the grass. Our grass is dormant right there. So
pushing some air.
It is.
And I was standing behind it, and I was like, man, that's a lot of air. All right.
Let's go.
This is so scary.
Watch this, guys.
It doesn't even look like it's getting ready to rotate. I probably would have aborted right about here.
Okay.
And it disappeared. Yep, you see it right there?
Ooh, she took the field to do it.
Yeah. But watch this, Tim. So you can see it's starting to get loose on the nose, right? Like it's already loose on the nose.
But still, I think I would have backed out.
So the way our field is, if you back out, you could back out and be okay. You could back out and be okay.
With brakes, so then that has brakes on it, so he could have got it stuck.
But watch this.
Okay.
You see, it was already actually flying. You see the elevators right there? So that's full deflection, and it disappears right there.
To disappear like that. Oh boy, I went, oh, this isn't going to be good.
Yeah, it definitely disappeared.
Okay.
And you see it? That's what we call a oh shoot moment right there.
No, that's called a carrier takeoff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it disappeared. But we know our field pretty good, so it drops off like that, and then we always know it's gonna fly. Like it just does because it's such a quick drop off. So it doesn't have a point. It has no choice but to fly. So
there she is.
it's flying.
Ooh, she took the field to do it.
Yep. So you can kind of see it. And it's flying really nice.
Let's keep her in the power.
And he's got the gears down on it, so he's going to clean it up and undirty it.
My heart is pounding.
He's added some elevator onto that.
You're doing fine, buddy.
All right, let's get rid of those flaps and let's get rid of those gears so we can clean it up.
Yep. And as soon as he took the flaps up, man, that thing started grooving really nice.
Little illegal on the field there.
Was she running a gyro?
That's all right.
No gyro.
Yep.
No gyro.
No gyro.
Well, that thing's pretty stable with no gyro. Can you imagine that thing with a gyro
really
on it?
smooth.
That's what I'm telling you,
right
man. And like we deliberately fly these
check
airplanes
out
without gyros so you guys can see exactly at a minimum what they fly like. Well, you're getting true reviews over here. This isn't, we could throw a gyro in there and turn it on and off.
Guys.
We could do that, but and I've done that for some. But we want you to see
So
it
I'm bringing it in low
in its original form.
Okay.
Sounds wicked.
It sounds
Looks like it's
really
grooving
good.
along really nicely too.
It's grooving really nice.
And you're right there,
it's pushing a
50%
ton of
throttle.
air.
So yeah,
Like Tim, it's crazy.
Not taking a chances like
You see how
I do
stable
with
it
the
is?
90 millimeter.
Oh,
Yeah, and I can't believe
it's gotta
that's pretty nice with those
survive the first
gyro.
couple of
It
flights,
looks
right?
like there's a gyro in that thing.
Yeah.
The work is hard.
So if you threw a gyro in it, it'd be even better. But look
Oh,
how
God.
it's not wing rocking or
Bring
anything.
it down a little bit more.
Locked in.
Coming in low. All right, we're going to go up.
Look at the vertical on that thing.
Almost unlimited.
Yep. Well, he rolled it. But you can see it was slowing down a little bit. So it's definitely got up to the 400-foot mark. I mean, it's a good sized bird.
Well, and I will tell
All
you
right,
that
we
when I
got
saw the
3
one at
minutes,
Joe
we're gonna
Null
bring it
fly, the turbine
All right.
version, you don't want to
Let's
get
go
that
ahead
thing
and
way
get
out
us
there
gear
anyways.
down so we
You
can check the
cannot
gear.
see orientation on that bird.
Yeah,
That nice
exactly.
landing light by AF
So
models.
you drop the gear. We're going to take a look at this landing right here. So watch the landing. This is the very first one.
Just gonna carry that speed. Beautiful.
I mean,
Man,
those brakes
stop
right
it
there are
there.
working
There
pretty
we
good.
have it. Nice, nice.
So there you have it, man.
And she's down.
There we go.
So we're going to jump into that flight.
flight.
It actually had 9% left
Got
on it.
your
So we're going to
brakes
jump
on
into
there.
the second flight.
No, cut them off.
And this time we throw in the
And
SMCs.
definitely, last but not least, don't forget the.
Okay.
All
So
right,
we have the
guys, we're back
SMCs
for
and
a
this
second
one
flight.
right here,
Got a
the
little
ones that I
dip
got.
Yeah, flight 2.
Yep,
And
flight
so
2.
you
But
guys
this
can
time
see
we're
'em.
running 2.
He would have been in trouble if he would have had to do a go around on that first set of on those HRVs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That would have been a crash video quick. So he had a little bit too much fun. And really, you want to set your flight times like about 3 minutes, 3.5 when you're starting on those, like your maidens,
Yeah,
on most EDFs. But so we swapped into SMCs right there. I think we put the 6700s in there. And you're going to notice a big difference. Now, when we went back, I recommended to Will that we add in some more flaps because it needed more flaps. It looked like it needed just a little bit more help getting off the ground. So we added some more flap deflection into it. And we'll see. So the elevators were trimmed. Everything was trimmed out. So watch the takeoff on this now with more flaps and everything trimmed out and the power of those SMCs. Here we go.
Put some flaps and off we go.
Here we go.
Punch it.
This is a lot better takeoff.
Yeah.
A little bit more flat. Now the batteries are a little bit lighter too.
Exactly.
Coming up.
Exactly.
That's how you rotate.
So that was a really nice. That was in the middle of the field right there, and that thing took off really nice. It wanted to get off back there, but you can see.
But it was
Right
a nice nose up wheelie for a few seconds.
Yep. And watch how it just steadily just climbs. Plenty of power on that one.
Nice.
Gear coming up.
That's how you rotate.
Take the flaps
I'm
off.
telling you, man, those SMCs really
And
do
back
make a
around.
noticeable difference. Like I am a fan. I'm a fan. So
I told you 2 years ago, and you wouldn't listen to me.
Power.
I know, man. I know. So you can really see how well this thing flies.
Nice.
Not only did it fly good, but it
Yeah.
consumed the consumption
Rotate
rate from
much
millionth
better.
was much better as well. And
Yeah,
it
he
was
landed-
moving around faster.
It was almost the
model
exact same time he landed with
F22
13%.
Banana Hobby.
Yep, exactly.
Let's bring it in
We
low,
went from
Bobby.
9 to
All
13 on the same amount of
Careful,
time.
get purple clouds
I
back.
think
Yeah.
it was 1 second difference.
And this was like almost at the end of the day. This was like so dark.
That was a little close too,
fine.
wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it was for sure. It was like right down the line.
Just
Oh man, look at that! I stayed in the boat.
yeah, it's nice.
So let's check out this landing real quick. So
All three.
let's drop the gear. And this just kind of gives you guys an idea of what this AF Models F-22 is about.
Flap 44.
So check this out.
A little bit of power.
Got the flaps.
Nice.
And there it is.
Down.
I mean,
Very nice.
so you can
I didn't
see
hit the
it's a
brakes so
very
fast that
easy
fast.
to
Skip
land
around.
airplane.
Yeah.
I mean, and
The
so
first time we were flying with
you can see the SMCs that we were running right there. I think they're the 6700s, V2s, really nice pack, tons of milliamp, very light. And yeah, so when we
HRV
plugged it up,
6000, so this will be
it had like
19%.
11% left in there.
Yeah.
Oh, 13% right there. So yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, a
4
little
minutes
bit
and
better.
38 seconds, if I remember right.
And
Yep, that's right.
you guys know I don't know how to
That
stop
one
having
drained a little
fun.
bit more.
11%.
Yep. And he was heavy into the throttle right there. So yeah, that gives you guys a good idea of that exactly, what you're looking at. So Hamilton Sangers, what's going on? He says that this bird can easily be made into a twin. I think you could make it into a twin 80 and probably get some pretty decent thump out of it. So
You have to
definitely
readjust that
pretty cool.
piping, though. The piping's all made for one.
That's right. That's right. But I'm telling you, it's a very nice looking airplane. It flew really good, and yeah, it was really nice. I'm gonna jump into the comments over here and see. Bill Wagner says, "I'll do the same with the Jet Fan or Schubler 110." So there we go, and just a very nice rendition of the airplane and everything. So let's see here. We're gonna go on up, and let's see here. P51 fan says, "Remember those HV packs." And the meter is LiPo, not LiPo HV. You're closer to 0 than you think. So,
He's right.
yeah, that's right. So, yeah, and that was on LiPo. So, there you go. Let's see here. Afterburner says, new jet with new turbine. Do you test run the turbine in the jet, or do you test run on a stand? Any preference? So, Afterburner RC, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, man, it is most safe to test run any turbine outside of the airplane. Yeah, wouldn't you agree, Tim?
Oh, 100%. However, I never have. I always put it in there and I run it on the bench.
And I will co-sign with you on that one too. I have only outrun 2 of them outside of the airplane. Most of the time, I'll put them in the airplane and I'll run it up. And Josh Bond said he's done both. So yeah. And most of the time, if you have your fire extinguisher and your blower standby, you're good.
Same thing. You're
Yep,
good.
you're good.
Just the hot starts you got to worry about.
That's right. And honestly, with the hot start, you have enough telltale sign that it's going to be a hot start that you can prepare for it.
Yeah, you can tell pretty quickly if you're going to have a hot start.
That's right. Yeah. So, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, most people are going to tell you to test it outside. The most safest is outside.
100%.
But me, I throw it in there and I'm running that sucker up. And I'm like, it is what it is, right? I've only had one hot start, and that was like at the very first one I had, and I didn't know what I was doing. And it happened so quick, and I didn't even know what was going on with it. So it was just kind of one of those things. But yeah, I'm telling you, that was a good flying airplane. And yeah, so them SMCs were awesome. So let's see, Keith Dunn said it took forever to rotate. On that first one, it did. And Will says, I was going to use HSD jets, the 120, until he found out he had a 110 jet fan in it. So Hex Speed says, I wish these companies would move the mains closer to the CG. I do too. I don't know why they don't, but
Not to scale, I guess. I don't know.
yeah,
Make them more scale.
I think you're right. Let's see. Defrost, he says, is that a 90 millimeter Yak 130 behind you? Yes, sir, it is. It
Defrost
absolutely
was
is.
not on the channel last week.
Yep, that's right. He definitely wasn't, man, because I was talking about this thing all last week. But yeah,
That is the unicorn.
I haven't even
Defrost.
flown it yet, man. I haven't flown it yet.
Well, the weather hasn't been great, other than we had a couple days that it was all
Yeah.
right. But
Yeah, and the days that were all right, I was working, so I couldn't pull away. But Yeah, that's definitely a 130. I'm going to fly that. So I thought this was a man. I thought it was the 8S version, but I plugged up 2 lipos to it, and I got no beeps off of the ESC. So I was like, well, okay, I guess it's not. I guess it's not a an 8S version. But I can't tell without taking the EDF out of the housing. And so this is literally the EDF unit that came in there, right? And if you look close, it says, well, you're not going to be able to see it, but it says 50 kV.
Did you ever figure out what it was?
50 kV. No. So I searched everything and found out that there's a 1250 kV and a 1350 kV in 8S. But this is clearly not 8S because when I plugged up, 2 lipos to it and in series, it did not work. It didn't even, the ESC didn't even arm. So I was like, okay, so that's probably not it. But it's clearly an in runner, but I don't know if it's a 1650 or what. So I want to take this off of here and see what it is before I take this up, because if I don't want it to be like a 16 kV EDF and it just has no power, and it's just going to be a dog. You know what I mean?
It's going to end badly. Is what's going to happen.
Exactly, and I don't have time for that, man. So
no, not on the unicorn. You don't want to give it up that easy.
I know. I actually want to have a successful flight. So that's one of the things that I really enjoy. By the way, we got 50 people in the room. We had 55 earlier. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up so we can rock that algorithm. So they can say, hey, people like this. Oh, I see somebody in the background back there. So we're going to bring them up to the front. William Lane says that's probably a 1750 kV EDF. Yeah, I wonder if it is a 1750. If it is, that's better than a 1600 for sure. So I'm just curious if that's what it is or not. So we'll have to see. But look at it. Look at that guy. Just back there over there. Just doing his thing, man. Just setting up.
The soul in the background.
Yep. Oh, we got BD Tennessee in the house. What's going on there, BD? Good to have you in here. I don't know if you guys know much about BD Tennessee, but I do. And if you check out his channel, he has a bunch of good Spectrum tutorials, and now he's in a Radio Master and all these other radios. So that's a good source of information. Right? Huh?
I'm joking. I said he's from Tennessee, right?
He is from Tennessee. How did you know?
I don't know.
Exactly,
good
man.
Guess.
Exactly. But yeah, man, good dude over there too. So yeah, but I'm gonna tell you that AF Raptor F22, I want the Turbine version.
You're getting it. I know you are. I'm surprised you hadn't called Carrie yet and got one coming.
Here's the problem though, man. I'm so turbine heavy. I've got 2 of them in there that I haven't even flown yet. And I'm like, let me fly those first to figure out if I want to. And
Dan, I talk to Dan almost daily, and he's still waiting for you to pull a trigger on something too.
See, and I owe Dan first, you know, and I don't want to do that. So, Hamilton's Hanger, he's got a question. He says, can it take a 120 without heavy modification, more so than the 110 lines going to install? What's going on there, Jeremy Stolt?
Let's see if Jeremy can answer that question.
Jeremy, we got a question for you right off the bat.
We got a question right off the bat for you, Jeremy.
Yeah, we're just
time to
throw him into the mix.
No rest for you. We want immediate answers.
Immediate answers, sir. Straight from the
I don't have rest anytime.
We need it straight from the product master, right there.
Bobby needs you to send him an F22 turbine version.
FOC.
He's
FOC.
crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely needs one.
I definitely do. Hey, Jeremy's probably got like 10 of them over there at his house.
Jeremy should just send us, both of us, one. He's probably got 20 of them sitting in the back.
I heard legend has it he kicks them out the way every time he goes to bed. What'd you say?
So,
he's got 2 turbines.
2 turbine and 1 105.
See, one man doesn't need all those jets, Tim.
No, I think you should donate. I think you should donate a couple.
Yeah, what do you guys think? You think Jeremy should donate one to the cause? Let's see. I'm looking at the comments. I'm waiting for everybody to say yeah. Somebody's gonna say no, and I'm gonna be like, oh man, I was hoping you're gonna say yeah.
Oh, we put them in.
I'm trying to get the comments on the screen behind me. So
hey Jeremy, do you know if the AF models F22 can take a 120 millimeter EDF
without
heavy modification?
I don't know. I don't have a 120 to put in there.
Yeah,
I was actually kind of shocked that Will was able to get a 120 in there. So
no,
Will had a 110.
110.
Oh, I thought you said a 120 the other day. No, so yeah, 110.
Yeah.
Um,
He dropped in the 110 and he said it needed just a tiny bit of modification, like a tiny bit.
So I know that Victor Shamalis has done a 110 in there. At 120, I think that what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to end up heating up that back ducting and make it wider, because it's only going to fit so much outflow out the backside of that Y ducting. That's what I think. So
yeah, I'm all for that.
I think I would consider that a little bit more heavy modding. So that's just me.
Yeah, I'd be up for that, you know? Well, yeah, so you could modify it, move a little bit of foam, and probably get it in there too. So I'm thinking
what kind of time frame you're going to get on that 120? If
good
you get
question.
4 minutes and 30 seconds,
Well,
basically with 9%, you're going to be really sucking the battery down.
Well, I would think that with the 120, you can up your cells too. Instead of 12S, maybe go 14S.
True.
That's true.
Just like, for instance, right? That big F-16 I have, that is a 300 in it, right? For a turbine. I thought it was going to be the biggest gas hog ever, but the amount of thrust that I can get at a lower range,
right,
is more adequate than being at a smaller motor at a higher range.
Right.
So
flying at full throttle,
kind of evens out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
makes
my
total
thought.
sense.
Definitely a good question to ask. If you could put a 120 in there, then by all means. But like you said, if you can go 14S, there's really no reason to even go higher, you know?
Yeah. So I don't have a 120 to put in there, guys. I mean, if you guys have a 120 to put in there and you can, let us know. I mean, we're all curious. I'm curious, you know. Our range of what the plane was designed for was a 105 to 110, and the 110 was what we were wanting to go to, but it sounded like people were putting 110s in there without having to change the exhaust, so there was no need for us to really change anything. So it kind of worked out for the good on there.
Huh.
In regards to development, you know, I didn't need to test it. You guys all did awesome with the 110s. They seem to work great. I mean, good job to you guys, you know?
Yeah, man, it worked out well, and we got it to rotate off of grass, so that was like a big deal. And so the next test is to see how it rotates off of grass in the summer.
Hey, little dude, come here.
So it'll be pretty cool to see that. So, but
hey,
yeah,
can I go back real quick to one thing? You know,
Go
you
ahead.
guys were talking about the turbines, testing it inside the airplanes or outside the airplane.
Yeah, go ahead.
My recommendation is absolutely run it outside of the airplane first, with all of your stuff installed in the airplane. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is, if this was the turbine jet, you run extra fuel line outside of the airplane and run that motor outside of the airplane, but you still test the integrity of your systems within the airplane. So your fuel tanks, your UATs,
That's a good idea.
your fuel pumps, all that stuff is all in place, and you're testing it. The only difference is that your source of your heat and flames and all that is outside of the airplane.
Yeah, the danger stuff,
Yeah.
your danger components. That is a great way and another good
totally
idea,
agree
man.
with you. It's just I'm lazy. Of course, it cost me a plane one day.
Now let me pause X real quick. I'm going to go and grab the little stand that I use, and I will show you what I use. It's a simple setup and it works out great.
All right.
So let me do that while you guys continue.
All right. So while he's away, us mice are going to play. So yeah, man. So hey, I don't have a problem with running mine outside of it, and I think I've done that maybe once or twice. So, but you know me, it's just easier just to drop that thing in there. But what he's getting at, guys, is you can test all the components and make sure they're not leaking and everything like that, and still be safe and run it outside. So that's a very good.
You just need a test stand or some type of mounting system to mount it to.
Yeah,
it's not going to fly off the table when you crank it up.
Exactly. So that's one thing that you definitely want to do. And like, these are all things that are going to be safe, just are safer to do. So while he's away, let's by the way, guys, let's give a big shout out to check out Hamilton's Customs Creations in here. We got him over there and to the side. he makes cool stuff like this this cool like little got a little chain right there, man. I got that sucker hanging out right there. He's made banners for the channel and everything like that. He can make AMA laser etched little ID tags for your airplanes if you want to put them in there. So you could do that along with your AMA number. So there's a lot of things that he can do for you guys. But like I said, he's local. He does good quality stuff. And so check him out. That's Hamilton's Customs Creations. He can make it all. That is a shameless plug, but he's a good dude, good friend, and we're going to keep it rolling just like that. So Jeremy's back, and boom.
I'm back. All right, guys, this is something super simple. Literally.
That's all you need.
Pieces of wood screwed onto the bottom, screws on top.
Screwed into the table.
Screwed into the table.
That's all you need.
And then that's what you test by. It's awesome. Super simple. You don't need to pay a ton of money, and it gets the job done. So I like to make sure that I don't have any problems. So I do a lot of tweaking.
Now, just be honest with us, Jeremy. Have you ever just fired one up in the plane and just didn't do it on a stand ever?
I have, yes.
Okay. So you're as guilty as the rest of us.
He's guilty.
Yeah, but I have also had airplanes to where I've had fuel go too low and into it. So I used to have some.
Yeah.
I used to have some jet cats back when, and I don't like them anymore. I had too many hot starts, too many floods. That was it for me. So I moved on. So between King Tech and Sweewin all day.
Exactly.
Yep, that's what I fly. So.
Yeah.
I was testing the 300 on the table, and I got to about 40% throttle, and it started pushing my table away. so
that's when you know you got power.
Everyone,
so we found out it's got a lot of power.
Yeah, if you're gonna test make sure you screw it to a table and it's not on casters.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Right.
It was a heavy duty wood table, one of those really old '90s tables. You know, they're real heavy and beefy, and it still pushed that thing. It was crazy. So
that's
amazing. Like sliding down the street right there.
It started moving, and I'm like, throttle down.
Hey, by the way, is Banana Hobby going to sell the X-Fly Spitfire? We got some people in there asking. I don't know if you know or not.
Yeah, we will.
There you have it. They're going to be selling the X-Fly Spitfire, so stay tuned to that.
Yeah,
I can't wait till we get some of these new model airplanes we got coming. Jeremy,
you know, we still got the J20 that'll be coming. We're just making sure it's absolutely perfect. So apologize for the delays, but believe me, when we're saying we're making it absolutely perfect, it should be good to go for you guys.
Well, like I said before, Jeremy, that's one of the reasons why you guys are excelling and Banana's coming on the up and up is because honestly, if you guys weren't doing that and you're putting out junk, you're not going to have customers for very long.
You got to do it.
And we want you guys to know we're doing it, you know, because that's what it is. We're not just screwing around. We're not wasting time behind the scenes. We're not just like, oh, it's just not coming.
You're not rushing stuff you're not rushing things to for sale and then finding out that it's a total flop like some other.
It's good. It's going to be an awesome airplane. It really is. The capabilities of it are just awesome. I mean, the surfaces, the movements on them, the travel. You got lots of options to be able to play with, but again, we want to make sure that it is absolutely able to be the maximum performance out there because this is not a beginner airplane. So we don't want it to be this easy airplane. We want it to be a semi-hard airplane because you're going to want to fly it that way.
Right. And people need to know that this isn't like the first EDF jet that you want or even the second one. This airplane is for people who know how to fly and, you know, they know exactly what they're getting into.
This is for people that absolutely understand aerodynamics of airplanes and how you can make this and that equaling this. You know what I mean? Just all types of things in there. Fun mixes and whatever you want. You know, that's what this plane is getting to be at. It's supposed to be a stunt plane. It's supposed to be super maneuverable.
Yep.
Well, that's what we're hoping to do. So
I imagine it's probably a very fast plane, too. I know that you were saying it earlier that it actually moves out pretty good. So
it's quick. It's got quick. You guys, we showed video. You've got video.
Yeah, that's true.
Show that speed pass on it.
I'll have to see if I still got that one in queue over here. By the way, I'm dropping a video here at 9:35. I might push the time back a little bit, but at 9:35, I'm dropping a video of the free wing Vulcan, and the thing does a speed that I can't even tell you guys how fast it went.
Yeah, I was involved in the testing of that airplane too.
That's it.
Bye-bye.
That wasn't it, but that was.
You had to show that again.
I know, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Everybody knows that was Jeremy, and
I kind of stumbled upon.
Let's tell the story. You put it out.
Good Lord. Just screaming.
Yeah, that thing's fast, man. We've got 60 people in the room, by the way. Give us a thumbs up if you can. This is great.
Yeah, and, so that crash, what was happening was I called landing. I was coming in, and my landing, and he hit me, and I landed in a tree.
Yeah.
Well, did you hear did you watch last week when we were talking about my Spitfire that was a maiden?
I did hear. That's kind of messed up that dude rolled away quick.
I know, man.
Never apologized. Still hasn't apologized. But
yeah.
Well, if I were you, I would talk with your leadership of your club and try and find out whether or not that guy needs to get a letter.
Well, believe it or not, I'm the vice president of our club.
I was going to say, I was like, that's a great idea.
Oh, that's
a very good idea.
That's really easy to get communication on then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, look, Next Level Up says, hey, man, we need more 120 millimeter plug and play planes. And I'll tell you right now, you've got about 3 people that are coming out with some of these big plug and play airplanes. You've got AF models, you got Banana Hobby, you've got HST Jets, and you've got Boomerang. They're all starting to come out and turn out these big boys like this. And I will say, Hobby King actually has one EDF that they have that's coming out to market as well. That's the BAE Hawk, aka Bayhawk. So that's it. Keith Dunn with the super sticker again, man. The guy comes in clutch every week, man. Just gotta.
The big thing, Bobby, is we have a lot of people asking for big airplanes. Be prepared to pay for big ticket without complaining, because that's what it's going to be.
I agree.
Well, I mean, CY models just went up 20%.
And that's another thing too. These tariffs are actually.
Realistically, we're all going to probably have to.
It's funny you said that because
customs is going to stick on us no matter what.
I was talking to Carrie earlier, and I was asking, I was like, hey, those tariffs are they starting to dig in? She was like, yeah, everybody's going to fill them across the board here pretty soon. Mm-hmm. So,
and that's getting them from customs. So you start the shipment and nothing happens until it hits customs. So you're
there you have it.
Stuck at that point. I mean, it's one of those things. So be prepared, everyone. It's not our fault. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to keep costs as low as possible.
Right.
But it's coming. Be prepared.
Well, some of these manufacturers, like in my industry, I mean, Kohler just came out, Kohler sinks, Kohler faucets. Y'all heard of them before. 25% increase starting. Yep. And we're like, wait a minute, the tariff's only 10%. Why are you going up 25? However, that's what they're doing. So,
yeah, that digs a little different, doesn't it?
So it's hitting everywhere, in my industry, this hobby. I mean, even Horizon, with the Spectrum stuff, the AR 14410T with the Synapse.
Yeah.
Say that again. Come on.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, thanks. But I mean, I bought 2, and then I realized I needed another one. Went back, not even 3 days later, and ordered it again, and it was $30 or $40 higher.
Yep, you're going to see that. That's
so. My recommendation is. Okay, if you want any high dollar airplanes,
buy them now.
Buy it now.
That's what I'm saying.
Now it's in stock, because the next shipment just might end up being affected.
That is it. That is it.
Don't sit on your wallet if you want it. That's the honesty. Yeah, we lay it straight here, right? We're not here to lie. We're not here to sugarcoat anything. It's not going to look good for a little bit. So
Charles McDaniel has a question. Hey, Bobby, do you know which ESC RC pilot Will used in his F-22? I
probably
do
the
not know
standard
off
Hobby
the
Wing
bat.
one.
I don't know which one.
What kind of flight times you getting on your F-22s with the turbines, Jeremy? You've told me before, but I can't remember.
It really all depends on my flying style. So I'm going to tell you the happy medium. All right. So happy medium is about 6 minutes to come down with the lower fuel tank full, just in case you got to go around a few times. So if you want to risk it some more, yeah, you're looking at 7 or so, you know.
Right.
But yeah, realistically, you're about a 6 minute flight, and it's the same fuel tank as the L-39s and the T-45s, but it's just one of those, and then you've got a small little 300 milliliter one underneath it too. So you get a little extra on there. We when we were doing the testing, we had them add that extra tank on there just so we could get more flight time on it. So I mean, that's how we have some type of involvement in making things better. So that was one of the things on the Raptors.
Jeremy, question for you. What's one thing about the J20 that you thought needed to be adjusted?
The rates, the servo rates.
Boom.
They want to have in there. So we want them to be more. We want it to be more exuberant. We want it to be based upon what your transmitter's putting, not any kind of limitations or control boards or anything like that. So that's it.
There you go. See, this is the beauty of this right here.
The other thing is we don't want customs to get a big old piece of clear tape and stick it on our wing.
Like, like they did.
Yeah, so
that's another thing
we had one that customs opened, the one that was on its way here, and as they stuck it back in there, they didn't even put it back in the right way, and they put a nice big old piece of clear tape right across the wing.
Yep.
And so on our test bird, we've got this humongous sticky on one of the 2 test birds, but this is the second one, so we got a second one in just so that we had a nice good to go on everything. But as far as anything else on that airplane, no, there hasn't been anything else on there. We're just trying to make sure it works absolutely perfect for you.
Yep.
You know,
plain and simple. Hey, by the way, Wiggle Fingers, that's hilarious. He goes, my addiction needs to be fed. I'll just work harder in spite of the tariffs. So there you have it.
Couple hours overtime.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, let's switch gears real quick. Let's talk about it. We've got some new airplanes that came out, man, and I don't know how I feel about that, man. We've got some airplanes over here. Let me just get that one squared away real quick so I can show you guys what we're talking about over here, because there's some new airplanes that came out, and I want you guys to see it. So let me just share this screen for you and check this out. This is what's new. What do you guys think about that, man? They got the e-flite 3D flat foamy 800 millimeter bind and fly with AS3X safe. Man, what do you think about that?
Didn't they already have that?
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought. They already had an airplane that looked like that.
They had a single wing one. That's a biplane, but probably the same thing.
But it's
the erratic. It was called the erratic.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. See, I didn't know the difference.
The thing is the erratic broke like it was nothing. The erratic was so easy to break.
This one will be too.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just like, who's buying these airplanes? Who's buying these flat foamies?
What's the price on that thing?
It was like $259.99.
$260.
Higher than that.
Yeah, and exactly. If you go get the one that is
bind and fly,
here it is right here. Oh, it's $259 is the bind and fly one right there. Yeah. So you can definitely see it right there. I mean,
but there's going to be people that like that. There's a lot of people that like to just pop those little planes out on the side of a flying field.
Man, I want them to stop making trash. I'm just going to be honest. I want them to stop making this stuff right here. It's
I just saw that new what is it? The glider that's really fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you what, that thing looked like it was a hoot. Now would I go buy it? No. Yep. But man, that thing ripped. It looked like it was fun.
Hey, look who we got right here. We got old RC Pilot Will right there, boys and girls, in the mix.
Okay, it's time to go.
Back at it again. What's going on, Will?
Man, it was a long night, man. My daughter had to play at her school, so it was a 2-hour play. So it didn't get done till like 8 o'clock. So I
Man.
was like, man. Then I had to go pick up dinner because everybody wanted pizza. So I had to go pick that up. But that took another 30 minutes. So,
Well, we were talking about your airplane and everything that you got, and how the F-22 went, man.
yeah, I was watching you guys as I was, on the road. Yeah, it went really well, man. I'm very pleased with it. It's a really nice jet. So I was gonna go with the HSD jets 105, and I ended up putting the Jet Fan 110 in there after I found out that it sat in there really easy by accident.
Yeah, they were asking what kind of ESC that you used in that airplane, by the way.
The ESC I'm using in there is the ZTW 160 amp. What is it? 8 to 14S or 6 to 14S
Yeah.
ESC from Motion. So that's what I'm running in there with that. I was going to use the Spectrum that I have, but I was like, man, I'll stick the ZTW in there because I could fine tune it as far as the timing goes, because it tunes in 1 degree increments, where Spectrum only does 5, 15, and 30. So I was able to make adjustments like I needed to for the motor.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Now, did you change the timing on that one or anything, or you just leave it?
I have it at I think the maximum timing right now I have on there is 10 degrees.
Okay.
Timing on it right now. But you can pull 12 on that thing safely, but you're pushing the limit on those high-end technology motors.
Right.
So, yeah, you're pushing the limits if you run 12, but you can get away with it. It's just I wouldn't go over 12.
So, Jeremy, you got a question right here. Samuel asks, he says, are there any plans in work with Banana Hobby adding Affirm options? So, you know how they have that Affirm business.
Yeah, where you can make payments and all that.
Yeah, you can make payments.
I don't know if I have that answer. That's a Carrie answer.
Yeah.
I've looked at that Affirm stuff on there. Man, the interest on there is nuts. I would be scared to use that.
Let's see here. And Bentley Hecht asked, he said, where did the erratic actually break? Man, I've seen that thing snap right there in the middle of the little
everywhere.
Yeah, it's just so easy.
Flight surfaces, hinges,
landing gear.
Yeah,
all that good stuff, man.
It's just a weak plane.
By the way, yeah. Hey, by the way, I was going to let you guys know, I'm dropping a new video tonight, and Will actually saw it earlier, but it's going to be the premiere of the free wing. What is that? And what is that thing here? I'm trying to get it. The free wing Vulcan. People forgot about the Vulcan, man, how fast that thing was. And myself and RC pilot Will, man, we put that thing to the test out there.
That sucker was good.
Did you notice that airplane has a main landing gear as a nose landing gear?
Yeah, they're all the same. They're all literally the same. I'm gonna drop the link into it so you guys can actually see it. I'm dropping the video at 9:40. I actually was gonna do it at 9:30, but I was having so much fun over here, I just pushed it back a little bit further. So 9:40, we're gonna drop this bad boy right here, and you can watch the video. We'd appreciate your support on it, man. It'll be pretty good. So let's see. Hamilton's Hanger says, I love castles. I have the 160 HV in the Raptor now. I've had good success with the 160 HV.
Yeah, I like Castle too, man, but I'm going to tell you like this. When I pulled the trigger on that Spectrum ESC, I said, man, what in the world am I doing? Paying $300 or something like that for the ESC.
Yeah.
That was a hard trigger to pull.
It was opening a floodgate, Will.
Pretty much. Hey, the floodgate that we all warned him about. We all warned him.
I mean, the castle's not as expensive. It's still kind of up there. That's why I went with the ZTW, which the ZTWs are good. I haven't heard
cheaper than a turbine, which still cheaper than a turbine, which rabbit hole you're going down.
I mean, yeah, Bobby got me down that rabbit hole. You and Bobby, actually.
I'm telling you, man, I'm here. I'm just making it.
Whoa. I hope I was involved.
Yeah, all three of us were involved. I would say it was a
Don't leave
collective
me out
effort
of
of all
this.
3 of us.
Hey, Jeremy's sending us 2 F-22s with turbines in it. So
Yeah, you missed it. Yeah.
You're gonna be wanting an F-22, but he doesn't have any more left with a turbine.
Yeah, he's sending them to
Yeah,
us. Will.
only those 2 get one right now. Sorry, Will.
Wow.
You were late to the game.
Hey, by the way,
I paid full price for that ADF. What are you talking about?
hey, that's good for you, and that makes it so we don't have to. Hey, look, Mike Chappelle says, Will, since you were in there with the 110, what do you think about the 120?
I don't think the 120 fit in that thing.
Yeah, he says he doesn't think the 120 will fit in there.
I mean, because
Hey, you're low volume, by the way, Will.
who said the 120 will fit in there? Wait a second, let me fix my volume.
No, they're asking to see if it'll actually fit.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, I don't think it will.
Yeah, I don't think it.
The question was would a 120 fit without having to do major modifications? My answer was, I think it would become a major modification.
It would be a major modification. Am I too loud now?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Okay. It'll be major modification, man. You got a lot of balsa you got to cut back. There's like what three layers of balsa in that thing in the back, man. So it's like a lot of balsa you got to cut out there, and then on top of that, the exit thrust tube, you're gonna have to modify the heck out of that thing. And
Yeah, I think a 110 is squeezing it.
110 is squeezing it. 110 is squeezing it. Anything above that, that's gonna be really hard to pull off.
Yeah.
But it looked good. It looked good. You did good.
Except for that first takeoff, man. I was like, abort, abort, abort.
No, man. You got to dedicate to the cause, man.
Man, that was a carrier takeoff, buddy. That was a carrier takeoff.
Look, I knew this was going to happen when I was taking off, when I was trying to get it off the ground the first time. I saw how it was light in the front. I was like, okay, if I hit that hill going down, we ain't got no choice but to pick up speed and lift. That's what I went
That's just the way our field is, though.
But you also saw that I also curved that sucker to the left, right after it picked up.
That was the win. Yeah. Actually,
I curved that sucker to the left because I was like, man, let me get away from them trees in front of me.
Yeah, Bobby sent me that video. I don't know when you sent it to me earlier this week, and the first thing I called Bobby said, "Damn."
Yep.
Well,
it was quite sporty, man. It was pretty sporty.
One thing that Bobby mentioned was proper setup for grass.
Yeah.
Is adding the extra flaps. But I think that a lot of that kind of got trimmed out on your flight because you got it in the air, you did some trimming, you figured out where the plane liked to fly and sit. Right. And then the next time you flew, it kind of had a neutral basis already instead of potentially a little bit of a nose down. You know what I mean?
Well, it had a neutral basis on the elevator, but I kid you not, I was pulling that elevator when it was getting closer to the end of that.
We all do when they end up getting down there at the end of the video.
Hey, we were
like, go.
Yeah, we were all pulling on it at the same time.
Wait until you get to the point where you start shaking the thumb further back. You're like, go. Bounce off. So
we
were all definitely there for sure. We were like, oh my god.
I was pulling the heck out of that elevator, but definitely with the extra added adjustment on the takeoff flaps on the second flight, it was very confident about rotating.
Yeah.
It felt connected. When I was pulling the elevator, it felt connected. It was just like, okay, we're going.
So how do you rate it out of 10?
Ooh,
man. Put
Man.
him on the spot, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I know,
put me on the spot all the time.
When you send us those jets, me and Bobby will give you a
10. I need to get at least a third, fourth flight so I can give it a proper rating.
That's a so far question, is what I'm saying.
Okay. So far,
not a final answer.
So far, I gotta put it up there in the 9.5.
Wow.
Oh man.
I'm not gonna say it's a 10 because that would be lying. I ain't fluid enough.
Yeah, there's no room for improvement. There's no. Right. No, I got it. But again, I'd like to hear in a later.
The later is that. I'll tell you this. I was impressed that it would do an inverted alpha. Yeah. Heavy as it was. I was impressed.
Surprised you did that too. I was like, second flight, you're inverting.
Yeah, I know, man. Some people just do that.
So I've done that stuff in trying CG and seeing how things sit and all that, and I actually got it stuck in that inverted alpha, and I was scared that thing was going in. So,
oh man,
it did do that because I couldn't roll out of it. I was trying to roll out of it, and it wouldn't roll out of it, so I just went ahead and just turned it right on the ground. I was like, yeah, this is
what that means is you need just a little bit more nose weight, and it will come right out of that. So,
yeah,
right.
Even though it may not feel like it's, at that point, because the airplane with the way that the gear's a little further back, so it feels like you're really nose heavy on your takeoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're actually probably not. You're probably a little bit on that verge of that.
Once I pull the gear up, that CG shifts.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go.
When you pull the gear up, that CG shifts.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it's fun. I'm glad you liked it.
Good question.
It looked good to see you guys flying it off the grass, because I tried grass, but I don't have anything like what you guys have for grass. I mean, I'd have to sneak on a golf course or something. But
oh yeah,
come see us, Jeremy. The grass fields you want to see.
Yeah, I love that.
No, I get it. Again, I just don't have that. And like I said, maybe I can work a deal with the golf club or something like that at one day.
They come out there and let you fly.
We'll let you come visit us.
Jet flying.
That's for sure.
But it brought up a question, Jeremy. How do you CG your planes? Do you CG them with gear up or gear down?
Always gear down.
Yeah.
So here's my theory on that, right? If you're in an emergency situation where something's going wrong and it's somehow a CG issue, you want to be able to get it down on the ground. And getting it down on the ground is usually going to be gear down. So I've always done gear down.
I say you do get down because you always want the plane to be at the best CG point when you're coming in to land.
Well, you especially want to do that with turbines, because with an EDF, you go up with the same weight and you land with the same weight, ideally, right?
Typically.
I mean, unless something comes off the airplane. Turbine.
Wait a minute.
But a turbine, you're going to be losing fuel.
Yep.
Right.
So I always CG the airplane with the bare minimum to make it back, which would be the UAT full, and then the empty tank, and then gear down. And so that's the configuration I would hope I don't ever get to. But if I do, I at least know I'm not going to be fighting CG.
Correct.
In the end, you know what I mean? So that's how I've always done it. That's how I've always got to me too.
Because with warbirds, gas warbirds, sometimes it depends on how the gear come out. Sometimes I do it with gear up because I know that when I put the gear down, and I do mine with, there's no UAT in a warbird. So I usually do it with an empty fuel tank. But I want my warbirds to be nose heavy,
right,
with the gear down and no fuel. So I like mine just to tilt down, and that way I know I'm good with landing gear down. But some birds I don't do that with. Some birds, the gear comes straight out, doesn't really change the CG. I'll do it with the gear up.
Big Corsairs, okay, that landing gear is humongous, and it goes aft.
Yep.
So what do you do on that? You know what I mean? Because you put the gear up, now your plane flies aft. So, I mean, I guess it all depends on your gear.
Yep.
But for the most part, I would say that 95% of your time, you're going to do it with gear down.
Yep. Just asking. Because with my Corsair, as you said, I did it with gear down.
I would check it, in my opinion, I'd check it with both and see how much of a shift it is.
I put the gear.
You know what I mean?
Check to see what it does. Oh yeah, 100%.
And then go, wow, that's pretty far aft.
Yep. Yeah, that giant scale Corsair I have, that gear is massive. The wheels are massive.
Yeah,
it wings a lot of weight.
110 or 115 millimeter wheel or something like that, if I remember right. I mean, they're pretty
big.
That's a big wheel.
Yeah.
$600
for a wheel. Yeah.
Hey, some of those warbird, I'm just going to tell you, I've got Sierra in my FW, Top RC FW. Those things are $800 just for the mains. That's no wheels. That's not the tail wheel. That's just the mains I think they were $850.
Yeah, I want to get some planes from Legend Hobbies. I want to get their big V25. I want to get their B-17, their B-24. I want those so bad, but in time.
Hey, question. Is X-Fly going to release a 30 millimeter EDF jet this year? Let's hope not.
30 millimeter?
Let's hope not. We've done
Man,
that.
I don't know what the point of a 30 millimeter is.
Yeah, there's no point. Let's hope not. We're all 40'd out.
Now,
Right now.
maybe 40 millimeters.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
If everything works out right, yeah, there'll be another possible couple 40 millimeters.
Oh shoot! Hey, by the way, guys,
it's 9:40.
Well, I mean,
hey, look.
Again, it all depends. I mean, we'll see. We got a lot of other stuff in the pipes too that it's going to be.
The
hobby.
Hey guys, by the way, getting ready. That video that I'm dropping right now is getting ready to drop. So we have to switch gears, and we've got to watch that one. So we're gonna slide off of this. We're gonna cut this show short, and I just dropped the link to this one right here. But yeah, go over there and check out this video and jump in the comments and see what you think about it, dude, because it is crazy. I'm wondering, can I do a live and this one at the same time? I'm sure we could.
Well, the present is always the time to do it. Let's try it.
Let's try it right now. So, guys, you got the link right there.
See a disconnected thing on here and stab it.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Bobby doesn't answer our calls for a week.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. So we've got the link right there. So you can click that link and you can go put it in another window or whatever, and you can watch it. And we can watch this premiere as it drops live. I don't know if I've ever done this before, so this will be something different. But that is the I'm telling you, that's the Vulcan 70 millimeter. That thing is absolutely fast as can be.
Oh yeah, that thing was cooking.
It was cooking, guys. It was probably one of the fastest EDF jets I've ever flown.
I think it would have put the Viper 90 to shame, to be honest.
Oh, it surpassed the Viper 90. It set a new speed record for sure. So we've definitely got
We're gonna be quiet about that.
Hey Jeremy, I saw that you all sold an F-16 too. I saw somebody on Facebook posted it, showed up, and I think I saw an L-39 got delivered this week too. Some guy.
Yep.
We've been selling a ton of Jet Ruler jets.
Dude, I'm telling you,
man. We just went down to St. George recently this last weekend, and we just had a blast in some finally good, awesome weather. I got a video I sent to Bobby.
Oh yeah,
that my buddy James ended up making. You got to see some of this. It's like flying through Star Wars Canyon if you haven't seen this video.
Well,
all right, that premiere is starting right now. By the way, guys.
He doesn't share those videos. Just send them to me directly. You got my messenger. He can send it to me on Messenger.
Keith Dunn made it. He's in there.
Oh yeah, we had a blast down there. That we flew the crap out of the Pilot F-16, the 1/5. We flew the crap out of the F-18 from Jet Ruler, the L-39.
How's that F-18 fly?
It flies really good, actually.
Really? Because some F-18s are really kind of hard to fly.
I've flown the BVM one, very similar size, a little bigger size than this.
Winston Brown's watching in another window. Good deal.
And it's a heavy airplane on landing. This doesn't feel heavy on landing. It's different. I don't know. It flies great.
I need another military jet.
Yeah, it flies really, really good. And we've got some military schemes.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I didn't have the BVM F-16 already, I'd probably be buying that F-16, but I already got a BVM.
Yeah. Which size do you have?
I have the 6.
Yeah, 6 flies great. I've got the top RC one. But
man,
I would not recommend getting a top RC one. That's just me. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that with basically all their jets.
Man, I'm over here looking at this EDF, the premiere right now on the other channel. And guys, y'all got to watch this thing just so you can see it. So if you got it in another window, you got to watch it here. We got Keith Dunn's already in there. John Perry's in there. Mountain RC's in there. RC Pilot Will's in there. Samuel Badillo's in there as well. So, yeah, man. This is neat. I've never done this before. This is history for the channel.
Jeremy, we got to get Bobby to come out to Jets over Kentucky because I'm going out there. I'll be out there with
Whoa.
Speed trial.
I tried so hard to get him to go last year.
I'm going
Yeah.
this year, Bobby, so there's no excuse not. And I'm being a wheel camper. I'm going to have the Taj Mahal camper there.
I told you, man. I'll come.
All right, we'll see it. I'll believe it when he shows up.
You can. It's safe to hold your breath this time. It's safe.
46. Fair about info.
He's like, I'm not going to be put to shame again.
He's like, I will not trust you again.
Bobby, just be prepared to bring money with you or leave your credit card at home because it's going to be dangerous.
I'm telling you. Hey, we got
They're
wiggle
all
fingers in there too. So this is crazy. Look, we're literally doing a speed trial on there. Slight dive. Man, I knew I should have moved that SMC thing right there. Let's see here. Got one live chat on the phone, the other one on the television. That's funny.
You see, I'm doing it right there.
That's what I'm doing right now, too. I'm getting on my phone.
Man, watching how fast this thing goes is crazy. It already hit 146 miles an hour.
Yeah, see, we're going to be at Kentucky. I haven't gotten the tickets ordered yet, but I believe we're going to get there Tuesday and stay there through Sunday.
I'm coming. I think I'm coming in Saturday and staying the following Sunday. So I'll be there.
Man.
I'm going to be with Dan at Boomerang, so they invited me to hang out at their tent. So,
well, if everything goes well, we'll be in the same tent.
Yeah, I think BBM's next to him because my buddy Dave Ward. You know Dave Ward? You ever heard of Dave Ward, Horizon rep?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Yeah, we got 22 people watching, man. That's good. That thing is crazy fast, dude. We already hit 147 miles an hour.
You ever go to Georgia, Jeremy?
I have not. I'm very limited on leave since I still work for the DOD.
Understood. Yeah, because I guess that's happening this week. This week, I think Tuesday, it's Jets over Georgia, I think.
I thought that was the 2 or 3 weeks after Kentucky.
Well, I don't know. They got something going on this Tuesday.
They might have another event.
I know there's a bunch of people going.
There's an event in Phoenix, I believe, right now.
That's too far for us.
That Vulcan is crazy fast, guys.
I'm watching it.
It did 146, just, in a slight dive. But look, we got the GPS in there. And that GPS speed is going to blow your mind.
Nobody believes GPS. It's
Right.
all fake.
Yeah, exactly, right. I know. Somebody was like, oh, the GPS isn't right. That's not right. And I'm like, dude, we use a radar and we use GPS. I was like, Doppler effect is working for you, so there's no way around it. Like, you can see it. That's why you have two measurements. And then somebody was like, you're using ground speed. And I'm like, yeah, because everybody can relate to ground speed. That's absolutely right. I'm like, oh my God, these people are these little pencil necks. They got nothing better to do.
Yes, you have to go by ground speed.
I know.
Airspeed means nothing at our altitudes.
Exactly. Exactly, man. You can't tell these people anything. Arbitrary airspeed, ground speeds. I'm like, these guys.
Remember, you're going to put that airplane in Mach at 50 feet down your runway because of the wind.
Exactly. Landing speed at 44 miles an hour. That was a horrible landing, but it was like 10 of them, so it was good.
Yeah, that was a horrible landing.
All right, guys. Now let's put in here how fast you think it got on the GPS. So we got 149 miles an hour. Samuel said, I had the Zeus at 160 on 10S with a JP90 until the ESC smoked. Well, just watch this. The GPS speed right here. And then look at your Zeus.
I got one of the Freewing 90 Raptors to 165.
What?
And
Take a look at this.
And that's
just
when
watch.
the elevator separated.
Holy crap. 172.
Look at this.
There you go.
Got 172 miles an hour out of there, boys and girls. That's GPS.
Your battery's dead. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, right. That battery is still good. Yeah, like, isn't that crazy?
It's at least puffed like you can't believe.
That is definitely not a 4-cell. That is a 6-cell.
Was that on an SMC?
That's on SMCs. you can't get those kind of speeds on a regular lipo. You have to get like the high performance SMCs in order to get that extra push out of that thing. Everybody's like, oh my God. Yeah, it's crazy. 172 miles an hour out of that little foam airplane, all stock. Absolutely nothing different. I mean, like, what do you want? What more do you want?
Now here's the real question. How trusting are you on those servos at those speeds?
Hey,
Plastic geared servos.
you saw the airplane came down, didn't you? The airplane's in one piece.
It did it. It did it.
It
But
did
how
it.
many times
did it
can you
once.
do it?
It did it once. Will it do it twice?
You're like we hit 172. We're good. We're just flying regular now.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, once you hit a speed like that, there's no reason to go back there again.
Yeah.
You're
The
like,
only
"Oh,
reason
like
to go back
Maverick,
there is
you
if you
can't-
try
you
and
bent the
make it
fairing.
faster.
Yeah.
You bent the airframe. You can't fly it anymore.
Yeah. Everybody's like, man, that thing is insane, dude. It is nuts how fast that thing really is. It really is. It's just one of those things. So
And so what was
super
the max speed
impressed.
you got out of that 90 Viper?
Man, I still have a 90 Viper. We got like 157 miles an hour out of it or something like that.
You still have that free wing Mirage?
Oh yeah.
Have you
Oh,
done
the
that?
Mirage is nuts.
Oh, dude, it does like 160 already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's with not using HV batteries.
I know.
It's fast.
We
I'm
were
wondering what
we
it
were
was like.
doing a speed challenge down at St. George at one of their electric events, and I got to like don't quote me, but I was at least 165, 170, something like that with that little Mirage, and I was scared to death after that. Like trying to get any faster with that airplane was like, we're risking our lives here.
Yeah. Like I'm telling you, how Winston Brown says that video sells batteries. I know, man, it's crazy. It just shows you the difference of when you're feeding it, good stuff. That's what you're going to get. So, but look, I mean, it is what it is. But we have to give credit to the airframe. The airframe alone lends itself to that.
Warped. So, it's warped now, but it's But
look, those airframes are stronger than what we think because I bought the Avanti V1 that M&M Dynamics had that apparently went like 200 miles an hour or something like that, or 180, 190. It's perfectly fine, So it's very impressive how fast some of these things go, and we do these speed trials just so people can see the ability of some of these airplanes. Now, so you're going to push the limits and, don't be surprised if that thing tears apart mid-flight, but we try to do it.
So now you need to start G-load tests.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We could definitely.
It comes down and the wings are like this.
Now you are trying to get me to tear airplanes. Hold
that sensor right there recognizes G-loads, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Come on, baby.
That's how we tear airplanes up right there. But
I wouldn't be doing that with a composite plane. I can promise you that.
Yeah, even better, right?
Yeah, I saw one of the craziest flights ever down in St. George this weekend. This guy was flying this jet like 300 miles an hour doing like crazy 60G turns on everything.
Yeah.
It was absolutely nuts.
Never folded a wing or nothing, huh?
I was scared to death.
I would be too. I mean, all it takes is one little catastrophic chain of events and then boom, So
it was a ultra something.
Ultra flash.
There you go. That thing was so fast. Oh my gosh!
Wasn't that the same plane that hit that fence? You see it on YouTube every once in a while. It comes up and he hits the fence at some event, and I mean it is moving. He comes,
just
cloud. The parts of the fence are flying.
This thing was a smaller one. It was like a 1.8 size.
Really,
and it was nuts.
All right, guys. Hey, look, we're gonna wrap this thing up. We've been rolling for about an hour and 14 minutes. This is the point now where if you have a question, ask a question. All four of us over here are going to answer the questions that you may have. It could be in relation to anything RC related, as long as it's airplanes or turbines. We can handle that. Cars, not so much. We'll probably could, but So here we go. Jumping into the comment section. So the Greenberg said that's a fun show. We try to have fun here, man. Let's see. William Lane says, I've been using SMC HV batteries for 2 years now. SMC customer service is awesome. I would agree. And Danny stands
100%.
behind the product. He's
he does.
definitely an awesome guy.
And
for
it's
sure.
fast shipping for us.
Yeah.
2 days, we got them.
Look, man, I still got SMC batteries I haven't even tested yet in the box.
Oh, you're into tanks, Jeremy?
Look at this.
I have one.
Yeah.
This thing's awesome.
I mean, you need to let me get that. It's still in the box.
What brand is that?
Yeah.
Henlong.
Oh, you get it
You in
from
the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the beauty of this hobby, man. You can go in any direction you want. So, but yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed that video of that Vulcan going crazy fast, because that was by far probably one of the fastest ones that I've done. But we got some good videos coming out right here. This one coming out, and we've got some airplanes and boxes that need to be, freed and reviewed.
Come out.
Will's got to do more testing on that F-22. We've got to get Tim up in the air so we can see what that MB339 is doing with that 102. And of course, Jeremy Stolt is always coming with the good stuff and just been killing the market with the big giant jets.
Man, I gotta go get that go get me a turbine waiver, man.
By the way, big shout out. There's a Lexington swap meet this Saturday at 3:15, and I normally go to that one, man. It's about an hour and some change from my house. It's a good one. They normally have some pretty good stuff there. The past 3 years I've been there. So that's going down. So guys, if you want to go to a good swap meet in North Carolina, that's a good one to go for. It's not terribly far. So yeah. So check that one out right there. Winston Brown, certainly appreciate it. And then also RDRC has their swap meet coming, I believe, the following week. Is it the 29th, Winston? I believe so. And that by far is my favorite swap meet, and I will be going to that one. So
yeah, I'm gonna check it out there too.
You gonna come to Tabor City, Bobby? That's 22nd.
I don't know. I might. I got to make sure the child care stuff is going on. I've got some plans for the 18th and the 19th, so I have to see what's going on. So William Lane says, please, someone make a F-111 90 millimeter or twin 80.
Hey, man, don't hit that mouse so hard again.
Did you hear it?
Really, yeah, you hit that mouse really hard.
Oh, yeah,
that mouse doesn't deserve
F-111 would be a pretty hard airplane to do.
Yeah, man.
Oh, mouse.
Yeah. Now, what did you say? You said the F-11 would be a hard airplane to do?
It would be a hard airplane to do because of how sleek that airplane fuselage is. Small intakes, and then it would really probably, with the wings back, be too much airplane for some people.
Yeah, for sure.
So
absolutely, I think you're right. Winston Brown says, thanks for supporting our local clubs in NC. Absolutely, man. I'm telling you, I love our local clubs here, man. These swap meets are great. Just good people, good fun. Just the RC community, man, is really good. I haven't met too many people I didn't get along with that I didn't like, so other than Tim and that guy, his club, man, over there just walking on the field. I mean, I wouldn't like that guy, but I can think of maybe two other people I don't care for, but obviously
that guy's walking on the field and I gotta come in. He didn't say he's on the field. That's
yeah.
A couple of questions I saw on there real quick. Somebody was asking, how much runway does the F-18 need? For takeoff, you're probably only needing about 300 yards or 300 feet.
300 yards.
That's 3 football fields.
No, 300 feet.
That's
for landing,
that's on pavement,
how you're
right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a full.
That's different on pavement. Yeah, on pavement, that's gonna be easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 300 feet, depending on your flaps. If you want shorter than that, more flaps. That's saying without flaps. Landing wise, it all depends on your brakes, right? And how well you do on your land. If you end up doing a fast landing, you're going to need a lot more runway. If you do a really nice landing where you end up getting it flared well, you can stop that airplane in, close to 200 feet easy, if not less. So just all depends on there. Let's see. The other question was, how's the F-16 treating me right there? That thing's treating me great. Absolutely amazing. However, I did damage it a little bit on the way back to St. George. No, the jet ruler.
Oh, the jet ruler, not the pot. No.
I'm glad. I'm tired of seeing him fly good airplanes
in my trailer driving back. somehow the vert got a little bit of damage on it from the shelf above. I don't know where or when it happened or what bump happened, but it bounced. And I've already got it fixed. You won't even know. But it flies great, does great. Absolutely set up elevons on there and then flapper-ons. You'll love it if you end up getting that airplane. But yeah, it's doing great. And then there was an F-22 question. What did that F-22 question say?
I saw it.
Hamilton, you talking about me getting that Black Horse MiG?
Oh, here it is. Jeremy, do you think the 120 EDF will fit in the Aerofoam F-22?
We discussed that. I doubt it. Without
hey, mod. By the way, guys, I've been looking at this one right here. This F. Have y'all seen the Black Horse? I don't care if you don't like Black Horse MiGs or not, but have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen it?
Pretty nice looking plane.
Yeah.
It's a good looking plane, man. And those MiGs fly very, very nice.
Yes, you do need a fuel shutoff valve on a turbine.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you definitely need one.
If you do not have a fuel shutoff valve on that, one, you're not following AMA guidance. Two, if you fill that your tanks up, you're going to push fuel into your motor, and it's going to spit out and hot start your airplane. So
Yep. And you only do that one time.
Yeah.
You only do it one time, I promise you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, these are all good questions right here. So let's see. William Lane says, I got the HSD composite F-18 Blue Angel. Look, I've been seeing a lot of videos of that thing, man, and people are flying it and they say it's a great flying airplane. So it looks like it's doing really well. The F-18 Blue Angel. I watched a video of it rotating off of grass. It looked like it did extremely well, and it's cruising around at half throttle. So kudos to HSD Jets for making that composite fly really nice, apparently. So everybody seems to like it. So Hamilton said he's got that Black Horse MiG on the hot list and this Raptor potentially, but kind of need to build something new, So I completely understand what you say. So Alan G says, yes, after you shut off the turbine, close the valve. That is what you do automatically. And yeah, you're going to forget to open it up.
Routine is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, you forget occasionally, but you figure it out real quick when the thing don't fire up.
So
we've got Will.
I haven't done
Will's
this.
got his 170 turbine up and running, and I showed him how to start it and how to turn it off and everything like that. He knows the safety precautions. He's run it up and taxied. So, it is what it is.
So there's a guy that gave me really good advice on there. I haven't done it yet, but I tell everybody, at least when I'm working with them, when they're doing that, is the hatch. On the bottom of the hatch, you can actually create a list of to-dos, like open valve, do this, check this, check this, check this. You can do a checklist underneath the hatch, and then you just Mod Podge it in there, and it'll never go away. And then you always have your checklist as a reminder.
That's right. That's a great idea.
Just a simple thing.
That's a great idea.
What
and look,
CG am I using for the Raptor? The best CG I can recommend to you is the holes in the very front where the wing tanks go in. Put your finger as far forward in those triangles where those holes are. And if it CG's there, you're on point.
And Will, that's what you did, right?
Well,
that's what the EDF. That's the EDF.
That's the turbine.
Yeah.
No, my CG is
look.
Right about where the wing spar is. The main wing spar is.
Yeah, so just right, if this is the triangle portion of the wing, just right at the very front of there is where you should start.
And Pops 305 says, what about the new King Tech G5? I haven't had the G5. Will, you've got the G4.
I got the G4. That thing's whew.
And Tim, you don't have the G5, do you?
No, I got a G4 coming. I'm waiting for it. I didn't want the G5.
But Jeremy, you've had the G5, right?
I have.
Do you still have it or no?
I do not.
Okay. Yeah. So take that with a grain of salt, and not a grain of salt, but take that for what it's worth, and build on that.
I ended up going with G4s.
They're nice.
I'm at a higher altitude, so it may scare you.
Yeah.
It starts so fast.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what Bentley just
so
said. Bentley
fast.
Heck said it. He says, I don't like the 5G. And this is consistent with what I'm hearing from a lot of people who fly turbines.
His father has a G5 in that MB339 that like
Yeah.
I do.
He says, I don't like the G5. It's scary to start. A lot of people are saying that.
That's his son saying that. That's
Why is it scary to start?
Yeah.
Well, he was having problems on his starting, and he found out that it needed to designate what fuel source you were using, diesel, aero, or Jet A. And he fixed that problem by programming it in. So
you have to tell it what kind of fuel you're running.
So
well,
I don't have a G5, but that's
you have to do that with G4s also.
Thank you, Seth. Certainly appreciate you, buddy.
Do you? You don't have to do that with Shuiwin.
You don't have to do that with Shuiwin
for the G4.
Yeah.
There's an option that I gotta tell it what I'm using.
Yeah, he just said there was. Jeremy just said there was. I thought it was on the G5 only, but he's saying it's on the G4 also.
There's programs within that you have to tell it whether or not it's diesel or
Jet A or Caro.
So what? That's through a computer or something?
That's through your online.
Your GSU.
Yeah, I didn't see that on my GSU.
It's in.
That
it's somewhere in there. You just got to look for fuel type.
Yeah.
Probably.
When in doubt, read the manual. Hey, look, guys, we got to shut this bad boy down. We've been rolling hard, man, and just having a good time. Man, we've covered so many topics right now. We've talked about that everything pretty much. We talked about that F-Sight 3D, flat foamy thing. I'm so over that kind of stuff right now. But I tell you, it's been a really good show and everything. But I will say for the win, that Boomerang Jets 2.8 Atom is awesome.
Yeah, that thing is big. I
really like it. It's just massive. And it flies really good. So that's for the win. The new golly.
King Tech.
Let's see here. What was I just looking at? The new Pilot RC 1/5 scale F-16 Fighting Falcon for the win over there at Banana Hobby. I'm telling you guys, just a lot. This is an exciting time.
You got to show that video if you can, real quick.
This is an exciting time for Jets, man. So without further ado, I guess we're gonna punch on out of here. Let me just double check, make sure everything's going good. And yeah. So guys, if y'all have any other questions, you can always reach out to these guys right here and shoot them some information, ask them a question. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Jeremy, you got anything?
He said, what oil do you prefer for turbines? King Tech.
Oh, I use Mobile One Air. That's what I use. Tim, what do you use?
King Tech.
Will, what are you using?
Mobile One.
Jeremy, what are you using?
King Tech.
There you go.
So I've been told, and I've seen firsthand because I have connections with King Tech. There is a difference between the oils. So if you're using Mobile One and you're using Aeroshell 501 or 6 or whatever it is, you get this thing called, I think it's called coping.
Yep.
Coping. And I've been able to see these glow plugs when you use anything but King Tech oil, night and day difference. I will not use anything but King Tech oil from here on.
And coping is basically when you get a type of coating on it where it doesn't get as bright, it doesn't burn as bright.
Yep,
it's kind of like fouling in a certain way. So,
yep. So that's my opinion. You can take my advice if you want.
So,
and if you have a King Tech and you send it in for warranty or for your 25-hour service, they're going to know. And if there's any issues with the bearings or anything, they're not going to warranty it.
Yeah. So. And that's not to scare you guys too, because sometimes you'll hear people, if you go on the internet, you'll hear people say that stuff like that. But the best thing for you to do is call them and ask them exactly what oil they recommend. Of course, they're going to say King Tech, but there's also other oils that they will they'll say is perfectly fine.
I saw in the manual there's another oil in there that they will warranty.
Yes.
I just don't know which one it was, but I saw in the manual they had it in the checklist that it was full warranty coverage.
Yeah.
And you've got a King Tech motor or a Sweetwin?
I have a King Tech 70 G4.
Yeah. Aeroshell 5060. Yeah. See, I think that might be the stuff I'm talking about. I haven't used it in years now.
Yeah, I don't use Aeroshell because I heard about that, and I have Aeroshell 500, and they said that was okay. But that 560, I don't use that, and I don't really use the 500 anymore because of some health issues that it does to your lungs, when you're breathing that stuff in. But that's pretty much anything. So, and that actually came from what's the guy with that works at King Tech on the West Coast?
Dirk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in Oklahoma now, by the way.
Yeah. How about that? Probably a smart move. So, but yeah, so you've got your options. And you'll see if you go into the forums and start looking at a lot of that stuff, you'll get lost in the sauce. I'll tell you, it's best to do exactly what we're doing here. Talk to somebody who's got a turbine, man. And they'll tell you exactly what they think. I've asked Jeremy a lot of stuff. I've asked Tim a lot of stuff.
So from what I understand, Sweetwind has an oil that's also good. You can get it from Bad Boys RC. And then there's another one that we were seeing at Jets Over Kentucky that was being sold, I believe, at BVM.
Yeah.
They had an oil there. I don't know anything about it, but I've used it. That they're selling good stuff too. So
I've used the BVM, and it's an oil that all of them agree is good. And I can't remember. It's on I want to say Panda. What is that? Aero Panda, yeah, but it's good on all of them. And I use it, and it's super cheap. It's actually really inexpensive. And they all recognize, and they all say it's safe for their engines, and it won't void the warranty. So the problem is shipping is as much as the a quart of it is. So
I would just get your oil from Pacific RC.
Yeah,
and don't worry about it. Don't even look back. Just use King Tech oil and move on.
Well, and Boomerang sells it too, so you can get it.
There you go too.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that sell it.
$108 for 2 gallons. It's not bad.
No, it's not terrible. It's not terrible.
I think.
Well, look, guys, we got to get on out of here, man. We've been pushing for an hour and 31 minutes. This is like a marathon that we've had. So this thing's got to come to an end. I'm tired. It's 10 o'clock over here on the East Coast. You boys over there on the West Coast are living it up.
Sunrise. It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
wow.
We're all going to bed. Jeremy's getting ready to party.
I know he's getting ready.
I'm actually going to be getting Pizza Hut.
See, we just had pizza, but we just had Domino's. So
yeah, that's exactly what I picked up for dinner tonight. Domino's.
Yep, we had it for tonight too. So hey guys, certainly appreciate you coming onto the channel. We really appreciate that. I hope this was good and informative, where you got something to take away from this. And Jeremy, appreciate you being on it tonight. Tim, certainly appreciate it. RC Will, appreciate it. And look, the way we do this, there's no really formula for this. I mean, this is like 4 random dudes up here. We're just all having a good time, just giving our input.
Now there's 3 random dudes and then a guy with all the jets.
Yeah, that's true. That would be that guy right there.
That guy.
But yeah, so but I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys coming to the channel and hanging out with us for this. And without further ado, I say we're done, man. We're gonna punch on out of here and call it a night. Man,